Hello and welcome to K-Stop, Fuse's K-Pop podcast. Hello, everybody. This is Jeff Benjamin. As always, I am joined by the Nayun to my side, Tina Zhu.
Hello.
Hello.
How's everyone doing? Welcome to another episode of K-Stop. And as always, we appreciate you tuning in.
Yes. We got, I don't know, it's a pretty packed episode, I feel like.
It is.
Like
big releases.
Big releases all over the place. Yeah. We, of course, ask you guys as always to share your thoughts about K-Stop and K-pop and what's going on in the topics we talked about last week, topics we talk about this week, all these different things. So we are just going to get right into the comments this week because
I feel like for some reason last week's episode was like 20 years ago.
I feel like it was a long time ago too.
I mean, granted, we are recording this a day late.
Than we usually do.
Yeah, but still, it just feels like it's been forever since the last episode.
I know, like it feels like a long day. I went home. I went on a little trip. So we will
we'll tackle all of this new content for you.
And I feel like we have a lot of comments to get into, but here we go.
Yes, love comments.
Yes, love the comments. So thank you guys as always. The different ways to get in touch with K-Stop. You can leave a comment on fuse.tv. You can hit us up on Twitter at #K-Stop. My personal Twitter is at Jeff__Benjamin.
And mine is at hey_Tina with 3 A's.
Yeah. So, let's just get right into these. So some comments that we got. This one came from Andre Drew, who is at VR Troopers 13. And he said we talked about lovelies last week, and he said he loves lovelies. And also our deep cut of the week was talking about how Tiara won't fully be back for their full comeback, and all the kind of drama that came with that. And he wrote, sad that Tiara won't be fully together for their comeback. Hopefully they'll come together sometime in the future, #K-Stop. And yeah, I don't know. The more I was been looking into it and kind of following this story, I don't know why. I have this feeling and hope that Tiara is gonna all come together and like promote as six eventually sometime in the future. I don't know when, but I have this strong feeling that it's gonna happen. Don't know why.
You mean you think they're gonna break up and come back together?
I think they're already broken up, but the two of them. But I think when the other four girls leave the company, I just have this strong feeling that they're gonna. It might be a while. It might take a year or two, but I have this feeling that they're gonna come back together and do something. I don't know. I just don't feel like it's the end of Tiara.
I mean, they are a group that's very prone to, not prone. I mean, I feel like I can definitely. I see what you're saying. I can see them doing a reunion show, or maybe not come back together, but definitely do a reunion show in China or something, since they're so popular and over there.
Yeah, no, exactly. I feel like if anything they'll sign with maybe a Chinese focused company, something I think EXID's company is really focused in Japan, or not Japan, China. And I'm kind of curious to see if that could end up happening for that. I don't know. I just don't feel like it's the end. I don't know why. But Vancity K-Pop, who is at Rachel_Gray31, also had a follow-up comment who said, Tiara was not my jam, but the bullying scandal turned me off. Like Tina, I always felt they were catty and therefore the money. #K-Stop.
Yeah, they just seem very fake.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. I don't know what makes this soft spot in me about Tiara, but
yeah, I don't know. It's not really making sense.
It's clearly not being felt by the general public or the general K-Stop listeners, but oh well. I will I'll see what I can.
I think it's also because I remember when they first debuted and the first couple years after that, I just remember hearing them making kind of very shallow comments just about appearances and things like that on variety shows. So I feel like when you make shallow comments, that kind of in my mind that reflects your beliefs, and if that's what you're kind of throwing out into the general media for people to quote you on, that just doesn't give me the impression that you are a very authentic person, and you know, so they just always seem very shallow to me.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, maybe I've only been focusing on their boppy music and not their comments in the media.
That would make more sense.
But yeah, that was our deeper topic of last week, and we always appreciate you guys tuning or diving into and sharing your thoughts and everything too. We got a good one this week as well, but yes, and I have some comments I'm going to sprinkle in through the rest of the episode. But we also, of course, have to talk about the your guys' favorite release of the previous week, which we talked about, like we said, Lovelyz, the new single from Day 6, which is Dance Dance, and Junghoon and Hi's Wonder If. And who ended up coming in at number 1 was none other than Day 6 with Dance Dance, 61% of the votes.
That song still makes me so happy, and it still feels like so long ago.
It does. I feel like
only a week.
I know, and I feel like I still listen to that Lovely song. I listened to it this morning, but I was like, when did that come out? Months ago?
I know.
But they just got their first music win, by the way. They also came in second place, and they didn't get first in our poll, though. They got 33% of the votes.
Lovelyz got first?
They got a first music program win.
Right.
Like, first time
wow.
ever. Yeah, I think they've been around for, like, 3 years. Remember we were saying, like, what is not clicking with this group? Well, something kind of clicked.
Something
kind of clicked, at least.
Oh, well,
so
props to them.
Congrats to them. Yeah, and I remember
a huge deal.
One of their biggest, I don't know why this story always stuck with me. I remember, like, when they debuted, their big thing was, like, we don't get to use our cell phones until we win number 1 on a program. So it's been 3 years, and they're finally getting to use their cell phones.
What do you mean they don't?
Like, I think the company took them away, like, until they
haven't had
one.
cell phones in 3 years.
Apparently not.
So if they need to meet with someone, what do they do?
I have no idea. Talk on the computer. Email.
This group just
use a
gets
landline.
Weirder and weirder as I learn more things about them.
I know.
It's freaking weird.
Yes, but and last but not least, Junghoon and Hi's got 7% with Wonder If. Respectable. Yeah. Was that our favorite of last week?
It was mine. I think it was yours.
I can't remember what I voted for. It was just months and years ago, it felt like.
Yeah.
But anyway, we are back with a big episode, lots of big groups, lots of big acts to talk about. And I say we just get right into it. So Tina, who's our first act?
Let's kick it off with Twice. Twice, a group that
some quick thoughts from Twitter actually. DJ Peter Lowe, who is literally at DJ Peter Lowe on Twitter, that's his name.
Is his name
in a discussion about Twice, kind of on Twitter, and so Tina got looped in and said, predicting Hey Tina will give her candid thoughts on K-Stop tomorrow when it comes to Twice.
I'm so torn on this group.
You're so torn. Well, let's at least introduce them.
Yes.
They are Twice, back with their 5th single now, Signal, off their EP of the same name. And what's kind of different, at least about this one, is that this is actually their JYP group, but it's their first single actually produced by JYP himself, which
I did not know that.
Has kind of, in my opinion, created a different sound and look and feel for them. But how are we feeling about it?
Well, first of all, I think it's cool that the title of the song isn't something very obvious or gimmicky or gives away anything of the chorus or the hook. Like TT, I thought was a cool concept. I just thought like sometimes it got a little bit confusing with, I guess people who aren't familiar with that emoji.
Right.
So yeah, I thought, okay, that was just an observation I made. And then I was like, oh God. And then I saw the alien man in the video, and I was immediately just very confused, but it kind of put a smile on my face. Like
the video.
Yeah. I mean, I'm still torn about the video, but the song itself, I don't know if I love it or hate it. I like that it's not so gimmicky sounding.
It's definitely different for them.
Yeah. Um, I think it's slightly forgettable. It's a little underwhelming for me.
Yeah.
That being said, I guess I kind of like it. I don't know. I don't have a whole lot to say about the song because it's just, nothing about it really stands out to me.
And that could be a good or bad thing.
Like
it wasn't like
the hook wasn't there. The hook wasn't super catchy to me. It's weird because TT I felt like was super gimmicky and I hated it. Like absolutely hated that song.
Right.
But then Knock Knock, if you all remember, was what kind of changed my mind about Twice, and it kind of gave them a chance. And then rewind further back, obviously, like Cheer Up was too chanty for me. I didn't like the whole cheerleader rah-rah look. But for some reason, like Knock Knock really, really worked for me. I thought it was very kind of cute and enchanting, and I thought the video fit really well. This song, I just like, it's fine. I don't know how you feel about it. I thought the song was just very forgettable.
You know, it was a little jarring for me, at least on first listen, because I actually listened to the song before watching the video. I was just like listening to it in my car or something,
right?
Because I was home, and and I was kind of like, oh wow, this is going a lot of different you know, like we heard that in the teasers there was like that "got to let you know," da 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 da, you know, and it was like
the teaser sounded so different.
That's the thing, is that I was expecting this sort of like very like beat driven sort of.
I thought it'd be more chanty.
Yes,
which
exactly.
I guess I don't like, so that's
right.
For me it's good that it wasn't.
Well, some people were saying that it had like, it was giving off this feel of like almost like some of like 4 Minutes sounds, like sort of like when they kind of had like a very sort of hip hop rave sound at that time. Or referring to that time in their careers and things like that. So I was like, oh, okay, this is interesting. Like they're gonna focus more on like maybe some rap and stuff like
maybe
that.
Something music-esque. If you remember 4 Minutes Music, that was like a little chantier, more.
Yeah, like music, or like What's Your Name or something like that. Something like more beat driven, you know.
Right.
But then, it kind of went different, but which I feel like is a big Twice thing. They kind of will pull you in one way and then they pull you in a different way, and it's like, oh yeah, like I don't know, I kind of, and I felt that way about the Pristine song too. You know, it's like I kind of like when K-pop does that, and so it's growing on me more and more, and I'm like, nah, it's not so. Even though it is jarring, it still is jarring. But I don't know. The more I listened to it and kind of like gave it more of a chance, because the first time I was kind of like, what did I just listen to? Like that was too much to even take in right then. But then like the hook started getting in my head, the da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da, like the chorus, the G-D-G-D-G. I don't know what they're saying.
G-D-G-D,
But it reminded me of Genie almost. I was like, are they saying Genie? Are they referencing Girls' Generation right here? I was like, wow, here we go. But no, I don't know. Like the more, and then I watched the video, like we were saying. And the video also put a smile on my face too. Like I liked the kind of
so freaking weird.
It was really weird. Like the, you know, the alien everything, but like in the end, like I like caught like the little like moments, like you know, there were some like funny moments with certain members and stuff like that. So, and like by the end I was like smiling, and you know, and I was glad I watched the video too quickly after listening to the song, because I got to see that they're really letting different members sing. For the longest time it felt almost like formulaic, like they were like, okay, Jiho and
like
Nayeon will always sing the chorus, and these two will always do the rap, and these two will always open the song, and they really switched it up.
Very predictable.
Yeah, so I'm really happy. I mean, granted, it took on single 5. They were kind of switching it up on on Knock Knock, but they let Chewy and Sana sing the chorus, who I thought that was really cool and like great that they did that.
Yeah, because Chewy usually, she just gets like a quick few lines.
Right.
Yeah.
And we miss her. We missed her. And then this time I thought, it was really good that I think it's really cool that they did. And it worked well for this song, I thought. And then, like in the music, I mean, you know, Twice has clearly become like the, you know, they always need to have some type of shtick with the video. You know, it's always something.
It's always a very fully fleshed out concept, and extremely elaborate sets.
Yeah.
You know, the wardrobe is very, you know, thought out, thought out. I thought it was an interesting direction that they took it so literally, Signal, you know, and I guess when I first heard signal, I didn't assume alien signal.
Right.
Like, you
No,
know what
me
I mean?
neither. Me
So I
neither.
thought I kind of, so even though I was a little weirded out, I appreciate that they didn't go the standard route of pining after a human boy.
Yeah.
So, and, you know, it became more apparent that they had alien stuff happening themselves,
Right.
and they weren't, you know, human girls themselves.
Exactly.
And but I don't, something about the alien head though was just like,
I
it was just so goofy looking to me
Yeah,
that
it
I
was
was
not a cute alien.
no, it wasn't, but like I don't know, there's something endearing about it.
Yeah, I guess I know what you mean. Or like the fact that like it just seemed very unassuming and like, you know,
It
these
was
girls
just
are going out loud.
awkward. I was like, I don't know how to feel about this.
And you know, like it's just kind of like this is the twice thing. Apparently, you know, they're always kind of doing something a little like offbeat. And you know, the first video had zombies. Second video had like them doing all these different kind of like movie looks. The third one, you know, lots of costumes like Halloweeny and you know similar. Like last one was like a sleepover, and here they are, you know, coming out like with an alien. Like I'm just like, wow, they're like really. These are like I don't know. They're just like quirky girls, you know, and like it's kind of cool.
And
it's
the hand movement where they were trying to cast like a signal.
Oh,
do you know what I'm talking about?
I think Mina was doing that.
They raise both hands and kind of do a wavy. I thought that was freaking weird. It made me like a little uncomfortable. And then she like put on the helmet and started like kind of doing this kind of kind of like what's the like thrusting movement. I was like, what is happening right now?
I remember that. Yeah, I was kind of like, oh gosh, what's going on, you know? But like I guess it's, you know, like, but
it was quirky like you said, so it kept quirky. At least it held my attention.
Yeah, and you know, like it for some reason, I mean it's a little, you know, like it's just very shticky, you know. It's like this is like their thing, and everyone's okay. So this time everyone's gonna have a superpower. Like last time, everyone had a Halloween costume that they were gonna do, or like, you know, it's like. I guess it's good that they're really sticking to this and owning this, and it's good that, you know, I do feel like every time the 9 members have 9 different things to do. Everyone has something to kind of you're like, oh yeah, she was the girl who had this power, or like she was the girl who dressed like this, and so that's good instead of getting, you know, lost in the background or whatever, like you know, as some groups tend to do. So
what did you think of their outfits?
Mostly I felt like I really liked them. I mean, I'm always here for like sort of preppy schoolgirl sort of stuff. Like it didn't feel, there was that one outfit, like their schoolgirl take on it didn't feel played out like we've seen so many people do.
Yeah.
And then I'm trying to think if there were other. Oh, and then they had some like really like kind of bold like dresses and like fun dresses.
The teal one, which was, you know, kind of retro looking, that made me think of a Power Ranger. I thought that at one point they looked like Power Rangers to me. I don't know.
Like Power Rangers.
So, but it was still kind of retro, like 70s inspired.
Well, it was fun. I like the color scheme a lot.
It was really fun, and I like that they weren't matching. Were they matching in TT? No, right? But I think their color palette was very similar, so that did really stand out to me.
Yeah, no, I love the colors here. I thought, you know, like I don't. It doesn't seem. I was kind of reading, like I haven't really seen it, but like I was reading that like maybe they were getting like some hate for this song, or like people weren't feeling it as much as others, but like I don't know, I think they're still doing great. Like people are still interested. Oh, and I liked at the end the animal faces. You know what I'm talking about? Not the animal, the alien faces.
The alien faces.
I'm just looking at pictures from the video, and I forgot that at the very end they literally turn into aliens, and I'm like, oh gosh, like, but that's what made me smile.
Yeah, I did like the dance sequences. I thought the formation was good. I thought the little antenna movement was really cute. So I think that like the automatopoeia or whatever that was, or the Chingling or whatever. What was it? Like Chili or whatever? I don't know. I thought I'm going to take it as an onomatopoeia, but like I thought it was cute how they paired it with the movement. And I thought like that kind of all kind of, what's the word? It all tied together really well.
Yeah.
And it wasn't like an overly aggressive dance movement, or you know, that kind of hit you over the head. There wasn't like one moment where I was like, oh, this is gonna go viral, that's gonna go viral. And I guess for me, I that it worked for me. It didn't bother me that there wasn't that one like super viral, you know,
Yeah. No,
element.
I like that too. Yeah, because sometimes it can just be like, okay, this is just like the release, you know. You're not like all waiting for this moment or like something that's very obviously like this is supposed to be the one that like goes viral, you know.
Yeah, I didn't think they were trying too hard in that sense.
Right. I mean, I thought
Yeah.
they don't look like their cutest when they're doing like the little moose antlers or whatever thing about like, you know, it's like fun and playful, you know, and whatnot, which is.
And I like that they like, for example, it was like very subtle. You know how we always do that. I can't do it because I'm terrible, but you know how you like make that V shape with your
the
with
come
your
in
hand.
peace.
Yes,
what's it called? Star Trek thing.
Yeah, but I'm terrible.
Wow, I'm doing
so,
it
like,
really well today.
I can't do it. Oh,
My
I'm kind
hands
of
are-
doing it. I'm so bad at it. But they incorporated that into the choreography.
did? Oh, I
It's
didn't
very
notice that.
quick. Yeah. But
Oh.
so I thought that was
We
cute.
would not do well in that part.
Oh my god, I would be. Look at me right now. I can never do like my fourth finger, my pinky always like, fail to stay together.
I'm doing it.
So
okay
I have to
today.
I have to kind of
Yeah.
make it so one's behind the other.
That's how I'm kind of
Otherwise,
cheating.
I can't do it when it's just ow. Oh, I'm kind of doing it. Okay. I wish y'all could see us struggle boating, or especially me. But so I thought that was cute.
Yeah. No, I think it's like I feel like it's certainly not a. It's well, I'm always a big fan of like when groups do things different, unexpected, don't just serve the expected. And like, yeah, they're doing that this time. And
Yeah.
like, it's like a different take on what we kind of have expected from them, but also doing it a little differently too. With
Right.
like new singers, a kind of new sound.
Right.
Yeah.
I haven't listened to the rest of the mini album.
Yeah, I started it. There's a really cool. I think Twice has this like secret R&B side, like this secret like sensual R&B side that they want to
which
show
I
off
have
more.
not explored.
Yes, I would highly suggest. There's this song called oh gosh, what is its name? It's called, I'll tell you in just a second. It's called 3 Times a Day. And it's kind of got this sort of, it's kind of like they have the song Ice Cream on the last album that kind of has that sensual R&B song. There's some like dancey stuff. I don't know. I think there's, and I heard they actually like wrote on some songs on this album. So Twice is coming along, chugging along.
Yeah.
Still, I'd say their place is on top is still secure.
Yeah.
Mostly.
Where does this song rank in the past few releases?
I mean, I loved Knock Knock. So, and I still listen to Knock Knock.
Yeah.
Actually,
Knock Knock is definitely still top for me.
Yeah, me too, I think. But I really do love Knock Knock. I think that, and I ended up really, really liking TT in the end. It's probably, yeah.
TT. Number one.
Number one is, I'm like Day. It's probably third, right after TT and Knock Knock.
Oh, really?
Because,
Okay.
yeah, I was just not a fan of Cheer Up for some reason. But
Oh, yeah. No. It's weird because that one did so well just on the
it's
charts.
such a big
but,
song, yeah. Still
I would
is.
say I would put this above TT because I also just did not like TT.
Oh, yeah, you were not a
at
fan.
all.
Yeah.
I don't know if TT would even be above Cheer Up.
Whoa.
I don't know. Sorry, y'all.
Let us know
Unpopular opinion.
I know it very much is. But let us know what your ranking is of Twice singles too, and let us know if it's your favorite release of the week.
Yes.
Who's next on our list? I know we've exhausted our Twice girls.
Well, another I guess I don't know if it's highly anticipated because I didn't know he was coming back, but Psy is back.
Psy.
Full-length album.
Yes.
2 new music videos.
Mm-hmm.
One is I Love It, LUV. And the second is New Face. And they both both video features a very well-known, co-star in the video, and they're both obviously very Psy-esque, very trot influenced, dancey, electronic. Yeah, I guess I don't know. I feel like Psy, his songs and his videos they all have a similar, aesthetic.
Yeah.
So
Yep.
when I listened to it and heard it, it was kind of my standard reaction to Psy videos. Like, this is fun. This is, if you're out at a party, like, this is what you want to dance to and get, get kind of goofy with. I guess if we're just comparing the songs, I like New Face more than I Love It.
Yeah.
There are moments, I think I like New Face's chorus a lot better. I Love It. The verses the transitions to the verses I think I really like. But the chorus was very forgettable for me. But I definitely like New Face a lot more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, it definitely has that saxo beat sort of
Yeah.
feel to it. And like, yeah, it's just kind of fun, and it's like a trendy enough,
Yeah.
fun, playful single. And like, it's like, I don't know, like, I know I almost feel like bad for Psy because like I feel like he's always on this mission to kind of top Gangnam Style or whatever, and
Right.
like it's like that was like really like a once in a lifetime sort of
Right.
thing or whatever, so like every time he comes out, like I know everyone's gonna be comparing it and saying, oh, it's not as good or blah blah blah, but like this is right on point. I actually think probably New Face is the closest thing he's released
Right.
to Gangnam Style since then,
Right.
because it just kind of it has like it's just really theatrical and fun, and like it's a trendy beat as well,
Right.
and like it just seems like he's just not really taking himself that seriously and just having fun with it again.
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah, for
Like,
sure.
dugum, and like
Right.
yeah, like the repetitive way that the song kind of is. It very much reminds me of Gangnam Style in that way.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, Psy, it's like it comes to a point where you just can't get more ridiculous than what he's already put out.
Right, exactly.
And quite frankly, I don't want him to try to outdo himself, because that would just be really scary, because
Yeah.
everything's already just so intense for me.
Yeah.
But I think New Face, I thought the dance moves were more memorable.
The dabbing.
And I think having Naun there for those who didn't recognize the girl in the video, she is A-Pink's Naun.
Yeah.
So gorgeous. And,
Yeah.
like, I remember when they first debuted, Naun really stuck out because she is the visual of the group, and she's only become more beautiful with time. And I mean, she's only 23, but she looked very mature in this video.
Yeah, I was really happy to see her. Or like
Yeah.
she's the next Psy girl or whatever.
Yeah,
there's
yeah.
Hana, there's Guyan,
Right.
there's
But the
CL.
thing is, what really resonated with me for her was she's always been kind of portrayed as extremely proper, and she's never been really outgoing to me.
Yeah.
She just seems like she kind of has like resting bitch face, if you will. So she doesn't seem the most kind of like approachable and like happy-go-lucky girl.
Right, doesn't seem like the type of person that would be in a Psy
That's
video.
what I'm saying. And then in this video, you see her dabbing, and I almost lost my shit. I'm like, what did she just do? And then she's doing all these like kind of goofy like
Arm
moves
rolls,
that you
shoulder
would
rolls.
like. She kind of really, her personality was brought out more, and whether
Yeah.
it's authentic or whether they just told her to do that, I don't really care. I
'Cause
just
it
thought that was
works,
like
yeah.
a different facet of her personality that no one
Yeah.
ever saw before. So like, of course she was dressed like the way you would expect a very elegant, sophisticated girl to dress.
Right.
And then she was doing all these like dabbing, all these like kind of thrusting moves, and
Yes.
I thought that was really cool.
I know, exactly. And I was even thinking like, if they put, A-Pink's like Unji or something, that would have been like, okay, we would have expected that from
Right.
you, we kind of know her
But
personality.
just anyone in A-Pink would be still slightly unexpected, because that
Right.
group's very girly and
Yeah.
elegant and
Right.
flowy, and
Totally.
would never be in something as like bold as a Psy music video.
Right. So I was really happy to see her, and that just to see this like new side of her,
Yeah.
especially because the girls he's typically featured in his video, like the K-pop stars,
Right.
typically have a edgier,
Right. Yeah,
image
exactly. I
or
think that's the word I was going for. Like
Yeah.
A-Pink, I would not, categorize them as an edgy group.
No. So here they are. So I was really happy to see that, and I like wonder like how those conversations went. Like how did this end up happening?
Yeah, how did this collaboration? Yeah, I don't know.
But yeah, I enjoyed it
And
for
then
sure.
and then speaking of co-stars in I Love It, he
Yes.
had mega blockbuster movie film star Yi Byung-hun, who he has been in a few American releases. Wasn't he in like G.I. Joe? Yeah,
Yes,
he was in
he
like the
was.
follow-up to G.I. Joe.
He's in a couple G.I. Joes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So, okay, I can't remember.
One or
But
two.
he was like the villain.
Yeah.
He's a huge star in Korea. Has done a lot of TV shows and films.
Yeah.
And also seeing him do wacky moves was a little jarring. I'm like, what's that? You know, that mime
He was
move?
doing like some mime. Yeah, exactly. Like some robotic. Sorta,
yeah. I'm like,
you know,
what the hell is happening?
Apparently, Psy's been after him for a while because he said he saw him dance on a TV show or somewhere.
Oh my god!
And he's like, "Oh, I've been trying to get him in a music video for so long."
He also doesn't seem like someone who just unleash moves,
right? And that's what I love. I mean, that's the thing is like Psy. You know, he's kind of done this, or you know, like I remember. Do you remember? I think it was with the Gentleman video, and then I think he did this again with another
that
video. Yeah, like he was showing like the Brown Eyed Girls abracadabra dance, and like I just love that Psy is always bringing out, you know, different aspects of Korean K-pop, Korean pop culture, and just showing off these unexpected sides. And this time I almost thought, oh my gosh, he forgot about it, or he's not showing someone something new, but you know, he really is, you know, showing someone like Naeun's like getting, you know, dabbing, or you know, like what we're talking about. I was like, okay, so you know, it's kind of making more sense to me now, like what his side was this time, you know?
And I've always appreciated how easily he kind of blends East and Western pop culture elements. In the I Love It music video, he had artwork in the graffiti artwork on a wall that said, "May the art be with you."
Oh, right.
And you know, that like more or less references like "May the Fourth be with you," or "May whatever." Like that phrase itself is a very American, you know, concept. So I thought that was cool. I thought the sets were really dope. For I Love It especially, but of course both were very elaborate.
Yeah, no, he really went all out. I mean, it's Psy, you know, his music videos, if you're gonna invest anywhere, it's the music video.
Oh yeah, it's definitely, I think that's the thing. These two songs, if I were to just listen to it, I maybe wouldn't do that, but because the video was so dope, and you know, he has to bring various sides of himself to life. That's a crucial part of his brand.
Yeah, I mean, last I checked, New Face had 18 million views. I Love It at 22 million views.
Okay.
Did you notice that both these videos though had the English lyrics like ingrained on the screen? Like
they were ingrained?
Well, yeah, like you couldn't turn them off. Could you?
Oh, I don't know. I didn't try to turn them off.
They were actually part of the video, which I thought was really interesting, because I was actually trying to turn mine off because I thought it was distracting. And I'm like, oh, these are actually here for purpose, which I thought is interesting he's doing now versus later. But, you know, I did think it was interesting in the I Love It video. I felt like he is kind of talking to like his quote unquote haters or like detractors, like who's kind of like, he's like, I'm not what you expected, I don't really care, I feel like a billionaire. And there's like that little scene where like the YouTube views are just going to like an astronomical amount, and he's kind of like, oh yeah, he's like, I'm the YouTube guy.
I do remember
like,
that scene.
I like rule YouTube.
And he's like embracing that.
And I'm just like, good for you, you know, like I'm glad that like he's kind of and the thing is too is like I don't know if you got to listen to the full album, but there's a song with G-Dragon where he also kind of talks about like literally like, you know, the history he made with like, it's called Facts, and like it's about like, these are facts, like I debuted it, he like literally like starts from like 2001 to like me making history with Gangnam Style and everything, and I'm like, good for you, like you need to own, you should own this. Like I'm not, I wasn't expecting a sort of, if you want to call this aggressive side of Psy, but I'm happy for him. I'm kind of like, good for you.
Unapologetic.
Yes, seriously. I mean, I'm enjoying this side of Psy. And I think it's interesting.
Yeah, I think sonically, I didn't love that song, but I think sonically the album wasn't my favorite, but I did love the Taeyeon collaboration.
I was gonna bring that one up.
I loved it because okay, so Taeyeon, I don't like it when he does things. I loved Love. I don't like it when Taeyeon does like non R&B things or non kind of more melodic things, because he is a vocalist, and I don't like it when he does too like Fantastic Baby. That's not my favorite song, so I don't like it when he goes in that direction. So I was very apprehensive about hearing a song with Psy, but I think this fit both of them. I think this fit him.
Oh, yeah.
You know, he carried the chorus and, you know, showed off his vocal range. And I think the two actually fused together very well.
Yeah. No, I think, you know, it's like a kind of a clubby feel to it. And yeah, I think it's just kind of, I don't know. I thought it was really nice. Like I thought it was, I was not expecting sort of like this smooth sort of club.
Yeah, it was
joint.
very uplifting.
Yeah, I loved it.
I liked it.
I loved Love as well.
Yes.
So yeah,
Definitely a standout track. So check that out too.
for sure, for sure. I don't know. Psy, like solid. I don't know. Like I don't know how well it's gonna do on the American charts. And you know, he released it on a weird day and all these things.
Right.
But I think I don't know. He's still doing his thing. So
Yeah.
and I'm happy to see this new side of Psy. So
Same.
he's got a
this
message
was a very
this time.
successful
Yeah.
comeback, I feel like.
I think I like that he has a message, and I like that, you know, and he can only kind of continue. You know, he's embracing where he's at, who he is, and that's the thing is that like he's not trying. I feel like it's a new era.
Right. Like he said, and I love it. He's just trying to make a stance.
Yes, he feels like a billionaire. He loves it, and we love it too.
Yes, let us know your thoughts on Psy's comeback.
For sure, for sure. And then last but not least, though, we're going back to the groups now with VIXX.
VIXX, woo!
VIXX here with Shangri-La.
It's been a minute.
It has been a minute since they've released a lot last year, but this is their first comeback of 2017 with this new release, Shangri-La.
They went zen on us.
Zen.
Kind of.
I love that. Yeah, I mean, I'll just kick it off saying I really honestly feel like this is like one of my favorite K-pop music videos like ever.
Wait, song or video?
Video. Sorry, I know I'm jumping right into the video.
No,
really.
okay.
You don't like
I don't
it?
like the video. I'm torn on.
Really?
Yeah, I liked elements of it, and then there were some that just needed to go.
Oh my gosh,
Like
I'm obsessed with it. I could like
the song though. It was unexpected for me because I think VIXX. I liked their very light poppy songs that were earlier in their career, and then but I don't love the darker ones. Some of them are okay, but I feel like overall they're kind of known as this darker vampire inspired dramatic group.
Totally.
So when I heard this, I was more soft and you know, I don't know if like more kind of elegant sounding song.
Yeah, sure.
Definitely was not what I expected.
Really?
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, it's definitely like subtle, I feel like, or it's very synth based. It's very like slinky kind of.
Slinky's a good word.
Yeah, kind of like loops you around, and it's got some of those exotic elements that.
Yeah, can I just say I'm glad that they didn't go overboard with the twangy like like Asian beat where it's like the sound in Jekyll and Hyde.
Yeah, so
like
I was just gonna mention that one.
down, you know, like very obvious like Oriental influenced or something. So they dropped it in, but it wasn't, you know, too crazy.
No, it kind of kept with a feel that they were clearly going with. Although
it was incorporated well.
Yeah, and you know, it's like and Shangri-La is, I don't even really know what that refers. I'm always like.
Wasn't it just like like a promised land kind of thing?
Yeah,
you know,
or it's
like a paradise land.
Yes, exactly. It's kind of so. It's like I didn't get, or I you know, given the look and the sound and whatnot, you know, this could have been like, you know, I don't even know. It could have been something very, you know, overdone and gone to like a really, you know, certain place or something like that. But
where they actually tried to replicate what it would look like.
Right, exactly. It could have been something very much like that. But instead, you know, they kind of, it was all very done very subtly. And
it was
like,
very subtle.
You know, I didn't feel like this song, for better or for worse, didn't really have like that strong of a hook, but I'm not mad at it because of that. Right. You know, it's just kind of, it's like a nice song. I'm just personally obsessed with the music video.
Okay. The video, I think, represented the song well in terms of the way they brought it to life.
Yeah.
I just thought like certain things were a little corny, or a little cliche. I don't like the fans.
Oh, really?
I don't like like I'm not a big fan of props in general, and like
Nor am I.
I don't know. It's just
I just feel like we've never seen, or at least in my experiences, I feel like I never see guys really embrace the fans.
Right.
And like for some reason, like Ravi, like
Ravi
made it look
did,
masculine,
right.
you know.
And
like,
I think that's something that fans picked up on that I also really appreciate about this release. They really challenged what's considered masculine, right? So
totally.
like, yeah, you don't see guys in certain positions like the way they were, and like dressed in like kind of silky robes and being very elegant.
100%.
So they maintain their masculinity while still looking very elegant and regal.
Yeah.
And everything was very smooth.
Right.
Yeah, I think it's just a personal preference. I think props can just look very like corny and cliche.
Yeah. No, I understand.
So.
When I saw those at first, I was like, oh,
like,
boy,
oh
here
God.
we go.
I know, right?
Yeah.
I was like, oh shit.
I was like, oh no, here comes like some sword fighting scene next, you know. I was really nervous where this was gonna go. But I don't think it went. I just thought it was really beautifully done, and I loved the water scenes,
dancing,
because that just, you know, even their choreography it lent itself really well. There's a lot of like shuffling moves that I don't know how they filmed it, but the water just like looked really cool.
I thought the overall effect was achieved. I like that it was shadowy. The lighting was great.
Lots of cool tattoos and art on them.
Yeah.
Animals.
So the tattoo thing, I don't know the member's name, but the one who was sitting there with like the back tattoo, kind of looking over.
Hongbin.
I don't know. I think maybe it was like the positioning that was a little weird for me, but that wasn't my favorite scene. He looked like he was like a model for like a painting class or something, and I just thought it looked a little strange to me. It wasn't my favorite scene. I could have done without that.
Okay, I understand that, but yeah, I don't know why. I'm just such a fan of this, and you know, I love that there were like those, like the peacock and the deer. You know, like I feel like we see a lot of that. You know, like a girl, like I feel like we always see girl groups like staring at a deer. You know, but here we saw like, you know, a guy like.
I thought this one, I thought the video also was just more artistic in general. It wasn't quite so literal, maybe, as some of their other videos. And yeah, Ravi was owning it with his. Was he the one in the more golden brown get up with the all beige scene? Do you know what I'm talking about? Where he kind of stood there. I don't know.
I'm trying to recall. There are a lot of scenes to take it.
Yeah, I mean, I just thought they all looked very, very. I don't know. I keep using the word regal, but that's all I can.
Love that word today.
I can't.
You love the word elegant.
I love that
too.
word.
But yeah, I don't know why. I'm just really, I'm a really big fan of it all. And, you know, like it just, it had that sort of like ancient Asia feel to it without feeling like, I was really worried. Yeah.
Without
like we were
being
about
gimmicky,
to, yes, like that we were going to like, you know, the shoguns are going to show up and like, you know, here they come as ninja warrior kung fu, you know, like no, it didn't go there. It felt very, you know, it felt modern, but it felt like it like looked really well to the past. And I don't know, I just thought it was really beautifully done.
I thought it was a good move for the group. I don't know if you've listened to the mini album yet, but
not yet.
Thank you, Spotify, for being, you know, timely with these things. But I was listening to it this morning, and I think this album is really cohesive.
Yeah,
the whole vibe.
To
yeah, the whole vibe really translates throughout the whole mini album.
Oh, cool.
The song, is it To Us?
To Us, yeah.
That one I really like. That one's a little bit catchier. I mean, they're all more mellow tracks, but that one stood out to me.
Nice. I'm excited.
I'm very, very impressed with this comeback.
Hey, VIXX. Good for you.
Because I really could not do with another dramatic, like dramatic hiding behind trees in a forest, like with chains and shit. Like,
I love
couldn't do any more of that.
Yeah, no, I know what you mean. I was kind of, you know, I feel like we said this. I think we said this last time with I can't remember if it was VIXX or another group, but like sometimes those releases, they're a little draining. They're a little exhausting to be like, oh boy, here we gotta, you know, get my feels ready and in place, you know, and they did well. And I think they brought something unexpected. They brought something that I think will intrigue people. I don't know. The VIXX brand is strong, and I think they're doing well. Indeed. So I'm a big fan. I'm definitely gonna show this music video to people.
Oh, this made Jeff's list to
yes.
show non-K-pop.
part of
That's a really big honor.
It's part of the syllabus. Yeah, the part of my syllabus.
Yeah,
for
because
new
there's so
K-pop.
many, and that's always a question that people ask. What's a great? What would you
Yeah.
show non-K-pop fans to try to bring them into your world?
Yeah, no,
So-
totally. So,
wow, okay.
given the cosign officially, yes.
So it's safe to say that this is your favorite release of the week.
I mean, I really do like the Psy releases, but maybe I think probably overall packaging, yeah, it would be. I say I'll give it to VIXX.
I'm actually gonna agree.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Psy really stood out as well. But if he had made the Taeyeon song a single,
Ooh,
it might have.
we'd
The
be-
results might be
We'd
different.
be done. We'd be all in.
Yeah.
Well, cool. Well, let us know what your guys' favorite release of the week is. And don't just vote on Fuse.tv. Tell us why they're your favorites on Twitter or on Fuse. Yes, let's quickly get into our charts section where we take a look at the top 5 K-pop songs on US iTunes right now. Coming in at number 5. It will literally never leave. Not Today by BTS.
Oh my gosh.
I thought for sure it'd get knocked out this week, but yeah, they're still there. Number 4, New Face by Psy.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah, right below them is right below that. I mean, is number 3 with I Love It by Psy.
Right above that, you mean?
Yeah, what did
You
I
said
say?
right below that.
Right below that.
Right below that.
Right above it, and number 3 is Psy with I Love It. Number 2 is VIXX with Shangri-La.
Oh wow, look at that.
And coming in number 1, it's Signal Bonet.
That was predictable.
Twice, yeah.
I don't know why people like I Love It more than New Face.
Right. I thought, maybe, I don't know.
Maybe because he kind of angled it so that that's the lead title track, maybe?
Maybe.
Sometimes it happens like
I thought
that.
New Face was the first. I have no idea. Yeah, I don't.
Oh.
Which one got released first? I don't know.
don't
Sometimes
know.
like the one
That's
that gets
kind of
really.
like when Blackpink released was it
Yeah.
Boombaya and Whistle?
Yeah.
And I just was confused as to why Boombaya had more success
Yeah.
numbers wise than Whistle.
I think it literally just came down to which one got
Which one
uploaded
came out
first.
first?
Yeah.
Maybe. Okay.
Like I think they're minutes away, but
Yeah.
I think it's just like it's the first. I think YouTube picks up on. They're like new Psy, everyone new Psy,
Right,
and
right,
it's like
right.
that's when people see. I mean, their YouTube views are pretty similar, and it looks like they're selling similarly. So
Right.
yeah, I don't know.
Well.
So congrats to everyone on the charts this week.
Indeed.
The next biggest song is Fact by D-Dragon, number 29.
Oh.
Just
okay.
kind of interesting. But yeah. So let's quickly now get into our
Deep cut.
deep cut. Yes, I kind of call this well, it's kind of like it's a trending topic, as you guys know, that it's going on in the K-pop community or something going on, and so this has kind of been like a week's worth of K-pop fans will call this controversies. I don't call it controversy, but that's kind of what we're discussing right now.
Just
So
gossip.
yes, AOA ChoA, ChoA of AOA, the lead singer of the group, by far the biggest vocalist in the group. She's been kind of in the news a little bit at first last week. It was because she was not being seen in like group promotions or
Blatantly
whatever.
absent.
Yeah, and like like it was like people causing issues because it was like maybe like 2 or 3 things that she just wasn't at or whatever, and the company
And there was no explanation, right?
Right. There was and people were kind of freaking out at first because there was no explanation given. She was just
Right.
kind of not there. And I guess she hadn't updated her social media in a while. And,
Right.
people were like, where is she? Like, what's going on?
So
Is
there
she
were
about to leave?
rumors that she would depart the group.
Yes.
There were a lot of fan concerns.
Yeah, there's a lot of, it seemed worried that there was discord between
Mhm.
her and the group or.
And I think there was one event where 2 members were missing and one member was off in somewhere in Europe, I think, filming an advertisement. So there was an explanation provided for her, but no
Right.
explanation provided for ChoA, which
Yeah.
I don't know who makes those decisions at FNC, but that's not smart to address one girl's absence and
Yeah.
not the other, which
know, it
basically implies that you're trying to hide something.
Yeah, it is right. It just makes it.
It was inconsistent,
It was
to say
it
the
was-
least.
Exactly. It was just inconsistent, a little sketchy.
Mhm.
Eventually, they came out saying, "Oh, she's been on a 2-month break or something. You know, this was agreed upon a long time ago. She's literally just taking a break. We decided this long. Sorry for worrying you. And she, I think, then went back on social media and said, sorry for worrying you. I've been on this break. I didn't think it would be a big deal, but blah, blah, blah.
I should have. Well, she said that she did want to announce it pre-vacation, but then they urged her not to and told her it'd be better just to not address it at all. And included in her explanation on social media was the fact that she wishes she had pushed harder to, you know, be able to do that, since she did feel very uneasy about not dropping some sort of hint that, you know, if you don't see me, it's not because I don't care about you. I'm just, I need to, I don't know, take a 2-month mental health break or something. I don't know, whatever the reason was.
Or just being like, you know, she could have been like, I'm resting or something. That would have seemed very harmless. But then, you know, news came out this week, I guess, that, you know, there's all these, she's now swept up in dating rumors that she's dating the CEO of Najin, I think it's pronounced. It's like a cell phone company, I believe.
Yeah, some electronics company.
Yeah, electronics or something like that. So a lot of people said, okay, so this is why she was really gone. You know, she clearly like, you know, she's dating this big CEO, like she can do whatever she wants now, blah, blah, blah. Then the company and her came out and said they're just friends, and seriously, they're just friends. Basically, I'm calling this Can K-pop stars live? Like, you know, it's just like, I'm kind of like, well, I think it's kind of interesting to almost even talk about like, are these things, you know, that like, where are there any issues? Should there be any issues? And I know it's a different culture. I'm very aware that like, you know, it's different media, different culture. But I'm kind of like wondering like, what went wrong? How can it go better? Is any of this actually a big deal? What do we kind of feel about it? You know, like, I don't know. I think it's just kind of like, she's been in the headlines a lot. So it's kind of like, can ChoA live? Or has it kind of, I don't know, is it a weird sort of controversial thing?
I think what they consider to be controversial is when you don't give them advance notice and they dig it up. And they assume. And that is, so I think anything that's not confirmed is considered controversial.
Right. So I see what you're saying.
I feel like
where you kind of get like we gotcha. Right.
So I think, well, first of all, I don't think this is a controversy. It's like whether she's friends with a guy or not. I've seen his photo. He's not cute. So please, for the love of God, let this not be true. But I feel like if they want to, maybe this is what should happen and it didn't happen. If you're dating someone, to give your management a heads up so they can release that info ahead of time. But then I also understand you shouldn't be obligated to do that. And what if you don't want your business out there, that you are just dating someone?
Right.
So it's kind of like, it's hard to, it's a tough, you know, decision, or it's tough to discuss, because if you don't want your business out there, then it's just a higher chance that you'll be swept up in quote unquote controversy. Because you're trying to keep it on the DL.
No, exactly. And that's the thing too, is that like, you know, your partner might not want you revealing this, because we know how fanboys and fangirls can be.
They don't want stalkers.
They're going to start, you know, the harassment and the abuse starts, you know, when all that stuff happens. Despite the fact that I'm sure so many of these celebrities are dating, but I mean, it's human nature. Let's all remember that.
Right.
But I do think there's this element of gotcha. That like, okay, you know, now that it had to be kind of revealed in this other way, okay, that's not ideal. And then she kind of, you know, had the unfortunate timing of like kind of not being around as much, or not her face being not as much. So like now it's kind of like people are kind of, in my opinion, it gets kind of unfair, because depending on, you know, because sometimes you hear about relationships and they're actually pretty well accepted or whatever, or sometimes, you know, I don't know how it happens or when it happens, but sometimes relationships are like well accepted by, you know, netizens and the media and all that stuff. I don't know what are the requirements to make that happen, but it does seem like, it's like if it can be kind of introduced or kind of served in a an easier way to make it go down a little easier, that tends to be the better, quote unquote, better way to reveal this information. Although and I don't know how they do that or when. Sometimes, I don't know, I feel like a lot of the Girls' Generation members didn't get like a lot of flack when they were dating.
You know what? I'm like, as you're discussing this, I feel like fans are okay with it if they don't feel like this will affect the product and that it won't affect your commitment to your job. Because like Soo
that's
Young.
A new take.
Because Soo Young, I don't remember any controversy with her and I forget his name. I actually used to love that guy, the actor.
What is his name? Yeah, I know who you're talking about.
Shit, I can't remember. I watched all his dramas. Look at me now, not remembering his name. But they've been together for many years, and I don't think there was any. And she was. I mean, all the members were popular in their own respect, but she was one of the pretty popular members.
Jung Kyung Ho.
Jung Kyung Ho. Yes. So maybe that wasn't really an issue because it didn't seem like she was neglecting the group because of him.
Right.
And I just think due to this poor timing, unfortunate timing, that it just seemed like she was ditching the group because she was either chasing this billionaire or mixed with, rumors that she already didn't want to be in the group and she was not there, and she was clearly not there. When you're not there, you can't really justify, straying from the group when
especially
you
with
are
a late after the fact response. And that's the thing too, is that like I'm trying to think, like when Susie was revealed to be in that relationship or whatever, like she was clearly working really hard, everything was going on as planned with her, and they're like, oh, okay, so she's dating, that kind of, I feel like that didn't really affect her either, which was interesting, so I think there's something to that for sure.
And also, maybe because she was so popular at the time, and she still is, and Lee Min-ho is like one of the top stars there, they were thinking, well, if this makes so much sense, if she or he were to date anyone, it should be with the other person. So that kind of worked out for publications and the media because it
kept the story going. The story that people already knew.
Right. And like they're both so beautiful that, it makes sense for them to be together. And I think that it doesn't help that this guy's really random, the CEO, and he's not good looking. He's just rich. So then they're like, oh, is she, just chasing after him for his money or something?
Doesn't need to work anymore because she's got to No, it's like, but people totally jump on those storylines and think.
But it's all just personal judgment.
Yes, exactly.
Like it's so subjective.
Exactly.
What's acceptable and what's not.
Right. And people, exactly. And people, right. And that's the thing is that like, I almost feel like it's just unfair, just like to always get this sort of, really intense, eyes watching you. And it's like, oh my gosh, like I have to think about like, and it's really weird to think about that. Like they have to think about the way they're revealing they're in a relationship. And it's so awkward. You know what? I actually truly believe, I bet a lot of idol relationships end before the public knows, or like they like wait a certain amount of time to be like, okay, now we can reveal you guys broke up, because it doesn't look good if people found out you were dating and you actually happen to break up a month later, like how bad would that look, I almost feel like there's a lot of weird stuff that goes on. And it's so interesting too, because I always think about how, like when Justin Bieber and Selena Gomez were dating, that totally helped both their careers here in America, like that, like, it really brought up Selena's star in particular, because before that she was a Disney girl, but she was one of many Disney girls, and like it really helped just kind of get her more public recognition and things like that, and or dating a Jonas brother, all these things kind of, I don't know, it's so weird, the differences. And I just always am kind of like, I mean, I'm always a big supporter just of these relationships coming out, and like, I don't know. I wish it would become more of an accepted thing, but I do think that's interesting what you brought out about the kind of the methodology and the way it's revealed.
Yeah, I don't know. I just
It's a headache to think about, but I do think, there's something.
yeah, I
something-
don't like. Are fans bothered by the potential relationship with this guy,
I can't tell. I
or are they more bothered by her potentially leaving the group?
I think I would assume that would be what they'd be more bothered by. Yeah. But all she has to do is just they just got to get some promos together, just show who she is, remind everyone.
I also feel like AOA deals with a lot of.
Yeah,
They get a lot of flack
They
for
get so much
for
flack.
things.
They're
The
always-
history question on
Oh,
the game show
gosh,
or
yeah,
whatever
I
show it
remember that.
was.
Who was
Yeah.
that with? That was with Sohyun and Jimin.
So young, yeah.
Maybe.
Maybe, yeah. I feel like it just also doesn't help. It's with
It's-
AOA.
it's that
so it's like
group.
three
There's always
elements
something.
working together.
Yeah. And maybe I'm reading my sources are biased against AOA because I know they tend to, netizen buzz and things like that always seem to be very harsh on them, and that's where I read that report initially. But I'm also reading it other places. But yeah, I don't know. I guess from what I can tell, ChoA and this guy, they met on a TV show, and
They were introduced through Heechul from
Yeah,
Super Junior.
why is
That's also freaking random.
everyone always brings up the fact that he's like a matchmaker or something.
That's so weird.
Yeah, I don't know, but I get the official stance though is that they're only acquaintances and that the dating rumors are unfounded. But yeah, I mean he's in his 30s, she's in her 20s. It's not the craziest thing, but it does seem a little.
It's just I think it's also just it's a little unexpected. He's older. Again, not super great to
Right.
look at. A decade older.
Right.
And just
She's an active girl group member.
Right.
I think
I think it's just very strange.
Kahi from After School, I think married a CEO recently, but that was
Recently.
I mean
Casually.
But it wasn't a crazy thing
Yeah.
because she's set in her career. She's
Yeah.
older. They she's
Yeah.
been doing her own thing.
It's
for a
definitely
while.
tougher when you are an up and coming idol star.
Yeah,
I think because more eyes are on you and the the more intense netizens tend to focus on you more, whereas
Right,
Kim
right.
Tae, top star actress, and Rain,
Yeah.
their relationship wasn't met with any scorn or controversy other than maybe jealous fangirls and fanboys or whatever. But other
Right.
than
They
that,
got
in
over
general,
it.
that was pretty accepted because they're both very established.
Yeah.
It seems like the next step for them
Right.
individually would be to settle down with someone is what
Yeah.
the media probably
Yeah.
went with
Yeah,
and people
exactly.
assume. So whereas with the younger stars, I think
Right.
they're a bit more harsh
Yes, no, totally.
with their expectations.
Yeah, did you see that story? I think one of the girls from Soyeol from Cran Pop she got married recently.
yeah.
Or
I did see something about that.
yeah, that was another story buzzing around. I almost forgot about that.
Also
but,
really random.
yes, but yeah, it's just it's true, and especially I mean. I feel like I say this all the time, but yeah, the more haters you have, the more kind of popular and the more kind of, killing it you're doing. So, there's lots to talk about her because people do care. People are, watching and listening, which
Right.
is good and bad. But yeah, it just feels like really unfortunate timing. And I kind of hope that it just sort of calms down a little bit and she can just kind of get back on stage, sing well, and do her thing.
Indeed.
That's what I hope.
Yeah, AOA. Let's go with a comeback.
Yeah, no double title tracks, just one really good song. Make it be good. Not
Yeah.
accuse me. And
I
then-
like that song.
I know, me too.
I
too.
liked it.
But
Kylie
yes,
Minogue
the
song.
Kylie Minogue of K-pop, AOA, and ChoA. But yeah, let us know what you guys think of this controversy, not controversy. What do you hope to see next from AOA and ChoA? What do you think she needs to do to ratify the situation, if anything? And yes, well, let us know what you think of the releases, what songs you guys are loving. Send any suggestions, any comments, all
Vote
of
for
it.
your favorite release. Don't forget.
Hashtag K-Stop. And yeah, well, I think that's about it. So
That's about it, yeah.
We'll see you guys next week on K-Stop. Thanks for listening. As always, this has been Jeff.
And this is Tina.
We'll see you next week.
Bye.
Bye-bye.